I've prepared to do a reading for the President of the United States. And I have to admit that I did a couple of practice readings this afternoon just to see if I could still do it after 20 years, because I've done all this work. I need this. This is my cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Okay. I did all this work to prepare all you guys and to bring everybody up to speed, right? So we're all up to speed, sort of. But, you know, I'm still a beginner, and I admit that. I know a lot about the cards. I know a lot about the way they can reach your unconscious and be significant. But I haven't actually done a reading in public for... I haven't actually done a reading in public for many, many years, 20 years. Okay, so Bill, I would like you to mix these cards up and at least one time turn a stack of them in opposite direction.
All right, reading.
Okay, so now we've all mixed these cards, and therefore we have the collective unconscious going here.
Yeah, because I was paying no attention to the cards.
Okay. So as a significator, I'm going to look for the first major arcana card before I actually start the reading. So I'm going to turn cards up until I get a major arcana, and that will be the significator. So 7 of Swords, I'm sorry, that was 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Okay, the significator of the reading for the President of the United States is Temperance. And it's Temperance reversed because he's opposite me. So it's Temperance reversed, but it's the significator. Now, this is the card which covers you, Mr. President. You're avoiding the card that covers you, the number 1 card in the Celtic cross. And I will put the Celtic cross layout on the video so people can see. I will put the Celtic cross layout on the video so people can see it. So the card that covers the significator is the 4 of Swords. And again, it's reversed. So that suggests that Mr. President, you may be out a little bit too much. You might be overextended, because if the 4 of Swords is upright, it would suggest that you're taking a time out and things are, you're being a little bit too passive. But reversed, what covers the President is that he might be a little bit too active. And what crosses you, Mr. President, is Justice. Boy, isn't that true? Okay, so the Justice card is the card that's crossing the President. He's running into issues with justice, right? And what is above you, Mr. President, is the Empress reversed. So what is above the President is Melania, or more likely, I think, it maybe family responsibilities toward women are not being properly held, because that's above him. And so Melania is still mad about that tape of that. Okay, what's below you, Mr. President, is the High Priestess. Okay, and again, she's reversed. I did not set these up in advance.
No, I did. I helped.
We all helped. So this is the High Priestess reversed, and so I'm afraid, Mr. President, that you have issues with your anima. and maybe you're projecting a little bit too much on women, and at your age, you might want to cool your jets, right? Okay. All right. What is behind you? What is behind you is the Queen of Wands, reversed again. Pardon?
It's all women.
It's all women. The Queen of Wands reversed, which suggests that there's a very, very powerful woman that is his nemesis. And of course, we know of a few that are his nemesis, but that's behind him. That's all behind him. All these nemesis women are behind him. And so what is before you is the King of Wands reversed, which the King of Wands reversed would suggest that, again, he's been overly active, very active, and he hasn't, King of Wands reversed, okay, King of Wands reversed. He's been very active with the wands, but he isn't getting to experience the fruits of his labor, which would also be suggested if it was the King of Pentacles reversed. But there's, in the wand of the King of Wands, there's new growth. Something new is coming out of it. And reversed, it would suggest there's no new growth. Nothing new is coming. And maybe that there's a lizard in this image down at his feet. And so, whereas in the King of Wands upright, it's probably a gecko, in the King of Wands reversed, it might not be such a friendly lizard. Possibly. Okay, so do you have any lizards around you, Mr. President? I wonder. Okay, so this is the UR card. Okay, and the UR card is upright. So the UR card is the world. And this is the way you are right now. You think you've got the world by the tail and everything is perfect for you. And so that's how you are. And the you want card is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, you want a woman who's very wealthy to be everything you want in the physical world. Since this is Pentacles, it's the physical world. Wow, look at all those women in this reading. Okay. And the you want card, you want to be the Knight of Pentacles. You want to be seen as the hero who brings everything to your constituency. As you've said, you've promised many things, and you want to be the one that delivers them. And so that's what you want. And Mr. President, this card is what you get. And it is the Queen of Swords reversed. So it might suggest that there may be a woman, another woman, holy jamoli. The Queen of Swords reversed might suggest that there is a woman coming for you, and pardon? And she's coming with a sword, so it's either Melania who's going to cut off certain body parts, or it's Nancy Pelosi who's going to prevent your agenda, or it's Hillary Clinton who will always be your nemesis, even though she's no longer your competitor.
I wonder if there will be a powerful woman.
Oh my God, look at that.
We don't know about yet.
Look at that reading, though. all
Is
these
he
women.
entangled in the female?
Huh?
He's entangled with the.
I mean,
the
even the
feminine.
Justice card is a
Right,
woman.
I know.
Okay. So we'll review it one time, just so everybody understands what this reading was. So the Significator was Temperance reversed. And so it suggests that he has not been temperate. And what covers Temperance is the Four of Swords reversed. And that is the Four of Swords suggests withdrawing passiveness, withdrawing from activity, and withdrawing from a lot of thought. So reversed, it suggests that he's out there trying to do a lot of things, whether that's good or bad, and those things have a consequence. This is what crosses him, which is justice. And it's a woman. Justice is a female card. And then what's above him is the Empress reversed. So that may be Melania, not very happy with him overall. Boy, I've certainly had the intuition that marriage is stressed. I don't have there's not a lot of warmth between the two of them, so I don't know if that marriage is going to survive his presidency. And then
Depends on the prenups.
what's below him is the High Priestess. High Priestess reversed. And so the High Priestess represents sort of a youthful woman who's a deer in the headlights, but reversed, it could be an anima figure, it could be a negative anima figure, is beneath him. Okay, I wonder what the Secret Service is telling us. What's behind him is the Queen of Wands, and again reversed. The Queen of Wands reversed, and so that would be a very active queen, but not in a good way. But what's in front of him is the King of Wands reversed, and the King of Wands is, a very positive, successful king who's been out there, and there's new growth on his wand, so he's been out there in the battles beating up people, but new growth is coming out of it. But in this case, it's reversed, so new growth isn't coming out of it.
Can I insert something that you can remove later?
Sure.
So you've got the two wands, the King and Queen of Wands on
Right.
either side, and this is sort of like saying this was what his past.
Yep.
He hasn't developed any wands in the Wiccan world is intuition, and here he doesn't work through intuition at all. So he's sort of like he's missing his whole.
Well, he is missing the whole
feminine.
intuition
Yeah.
aspect, although I regard that as a thinking function, because it's the
Yeah.
function that
Yeah, I think of
is
swords
for
as
action.
thinking function. So, but anyway, from my way of looking, it's like he has zilch intuition, or his whole feminine side is just
not there at
dwarfed.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah, and wow, the fact that he pulled so many female major arcana
Yeah.
in this reading after we I messed with these cards I did 2 whole readings before I even came here,
yeah,
and mixed everything in, and then each one of you did
yeah.
mixed everything in, and then all these women come up in this reading,
It's incredible. It's like that's the one thing he's missing is that whole feminine.
the whole feminine side, and so.
And they're all
And then-
reverted, so it's like
Well, no, except the world. He has the world, but he is from his point of view, I think.
What is
And
that card on your? What is it? what's the definition of that word?
Of the world,
On your, what's the category for that?
it's
card?
you are.
You are.
You are.
As in narcissism.
Yeah, you think you're the world.
Well,
And
wait a minute. That's your interpretation, though. You could say he actually is the world.
he actually is the world. Okay.
So what-
You
so-
are the world, Mr.
mean-
President. Right. Okay, you are. Okay. Well, I'll accept that reading. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking you what the category means. Does it mean
Well, that's what it
it's
means.
what you think you are?
You are,
or what
and-
you actually are?
Well, that's the big question, and that's what the rest of the reading is supposed to be telling. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta go. What number is that card?
It's 21.
Oh,
It's the.
I mean, I'm just trying to preclude bias.
I
the
can't
reading.
give an unbiased reading for the President
there's
of the
no
United
such thing.
States, but
Well, I could maybe give a more positive account.
okay.
If
Well,
I interpret
all right.
it, that's
Yeah.
all I'm
Okay.
saying.
All right. So John, after I finish going through it here, then please do you read it also. Okay. And you can read it because
it
these
can
cards
also
are
be
actually
complete
facing you.
success, achievement, crowning of work undertaken. He sees himself as having been very successful, which would be true.
Which is absolutely true. He
Sure.
sees himself as perfect. He's complete now. He's done everything, including becoming the.
I mean, he is.
the
He's
pres-
phenomenal in
He's the
terms-
president of the United States, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And so he's mega wealthy. He has his own 747, and he's the president of the United States. So he is the world, and the world thinks of him as the world. They think of him as the world leader, right? So yes, he is that. Okay. Then they want, and so they want means maybe the constituents, and it's right side up. So the constituents want a more an easier going president, maybe, who's at least
Queen
more.
of Pentacles. Would she be more forgiving in the material realm?
Yes, more forgiving in the material realm. I mean, all we hear about the president on the news is, what fight did he start today?
Yeah.
Who's he batting against today on Twitter?
But I could read that card as
Well,
they want a stronger economy. They want jobs.
right.
Yeah, well, I think we all
Yeah.
agree with that. Yeah.
They want a kinder and gentler society, which I think we
Well, I
can.
think they want more money
Well, everybody wants more money. They want.
because it's been crap under the Democrats as
Well,
far as the economy goes.
we're not.
You-
We're just reading Donald.
Well, let me counter that by saying, you mean the crash of 2008, which was under George W. Bush, wasn't crap?
Yeah, well,
built by all-
guess who went there to Washington to join him to get all that TARP stuff passed? It was Obama. I'm not. I
No,
should've
no,
said
wait a minute.
Democrats. I
Obama
should've
was
said-
not president of the United States.
No, but
Okay.
he ran to Washington, I remember, to help push through TARP.
I don't even know.
Okay, but it was,
I
it
wasn't
was,
in the country.
yeah, but it was George W. Bush and Henry Paulson that pushed through TARP. Okay, and they didn't consult Obama when on one evening they had handed $25 billion to 9 investment banks
No,
on
Obama
one
was-
sheet of paper.
Obama-
Obama was not
He
present
was,
for that.
he was part of that whole thing. I remember it was in the news.
Well, I don't care.
So I should
I
have said
think
Democrats. I should have said the establishment politicians.
But you're
Well-
acting like we
Economy.
care. I don't care what Obama did. I'm neither
Well,
a
I-
Democrat
Well, you care
nor a
what Trump
Republican.
did.
No, I don't. I'm just.
No,
this is an
look,
analysis of his psyche, not
This
his
is this
policy.
is it, right, and
I'm just saying, I
so-
could interpret this completely differently.
Well, let's hear.
all right, fair enough.
We'll let him
Okay,
finish
fair
first.
enough. But they want, okay, if I'm interpreting it, and this is in they want position, I would say they want a kinder and gentler society that has more of the manifestations of a healthy society, I would say, in all ways. Okay, that's what this card means to me, and it's upright, so this is what they want. This is what he wants. Okay, so the position is you want, and so in this case, the president wants to be seen as a hero and as a deliverer of the things that society wants. He wants to be seen as the guy who delivered on all his promises. Okay, and you get reversed is the Queen of Swords, and I take that to mean that he's been frustrated by feminine energy. Okay, because this is the Queen of Swords.
In
Yes.
more than one way, in terms of
Right.
because in terms of his own inability to tap into his feminine energy and the feminine energy in the environment.
Yeah, I would say that's true too. So anyway, that's how I would read it. But John, feel free.
Well, I'm
Wait a minute.
general.
Let me. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. So,
I don't want to be reported on.
all right. Never mind.